Welcome back, everybody. This is going to be the recap for this last week ending on December 17th, 2021. I just wanted to mention that we do still have that holiday special running on the core package. It's the best deal I've offered all year, and there's only 5 days left. It will end at midnight on the 24th. So if you want to get the best deal on the core package, this is the time to do it. Go to binaryprostrategies.com and just go to the join now and you'll see that special. Or if you do get these weekly updates via email, there is a link. Just click on the link and it will take you over to that special. Okay, so let's take a look at our stats for the week and see how we did. All right, so let's look at our stats here for the last week. Once again, these are what we call naked setups. We're not using all our filters on these. We're just looking at the basic setups, okay? So to see just how accurate they are, if you're just starting off with the very basics, we're putting the odds in your favor. With the other filters, we can increase those odds. But before we get started, I want to talk about something I've been thinking about here. You know, I've been trading now for 40 years. I've worked with thousands of students, and one of the things that I see between the successful traders and the non-successful traders is they believe that they're going to be profitable. All right, this is such a mind game. The people that come in with the I'm not going to fail attitude, that come in with that winning attitude, knowing that they will be successful, those are the ones that are successful. And those that are skeptical or give up after a few losing trades, those kind of traders, they just go from system to system, method to method, and they never get there. They're just, and I've seen it. I've seen people go, I've known traders that have been around for 20 some years, and still today, they're still not making any money because they're always jumping from one method to another. This game is all about probabilities, okay? And the number one thing, obviously, you need something reliable. You want something that will put the probabilities in your favor and that you believe will hold up, okay, as you move into the future. The only thing that I've ever found and that has proven itself to hold up are my patterns. These patterns that I've developed, these are not something that I found in a book. These are something that I have spent years of research on and finally found them, and they are reliable. They hold in very high percentages, and they work across the board. So I can use one single pattern. I know it's going to be just as accurate whether I'm trading the Aussie US or I'm trading gold, silver, or even a stock. All right. So I believe in these patterns. But once again, I do have the probabilities in my favor. It still is my attitude and how I approach the markets and put in the time to study the markets will determine whether I'm going to be a successful trader or not. I don't know if you watched any of my prior videos, but I did one, I think it was several years ago. We talked about why most people couldn't even win with a system that was 98% accurate. And I believe that's true. Even if it was 98% accurate, most traders, all right, will not be profitable. They will still lose money. Why? Because as soon as they have one loss, maybe two losses in a row, they give up. They throw in the towel. They don't take the next trade. They're looking at using some sort of filter to eliminate those types of losses. They're looking for perfection. They can't accept losses, and that's the problem. This is a game just like life, all right? Nothing's guaranteed in life. Nothing's 100% in life. Why do people trade thinking that they're going to be 100%? It's just not going to happen. Only when you get to the point where you can accept losses as part of the game, all right? And you have to reprogram your mind. You have to think of this as a business. These are really not losses. Think of them as expenses to your business, right? So you have wins, that's your income. You have losses, those are expensive. Just like any other business, all right? You're going to have expenses. So a loss is always going to be a part of this business no matter what. And if you can't accept taking 2 or 3 losses in a row, you shouldn't be trading. I don't care if somebody guarantees you that's not going to happen. Folks, trust me, it's going to happen. You are going to have losses. But what makes a successful trader from a non-successful trader is how they deal with those losses, how they work themselves out of those holes when they go red, because we all go red. All right, you'll see. here when I show you my trades for the week. Actually, I was down on Friday. Okay, but that doesn't matter. What matters when you go red is how you get yourself out of it. What most people do is they start to get aggressive because they can't accept loss, and they just end up digging a deeper hole to where they end up blowing themselves out, and then they're out of the game. All right, that's not the way to work yourself out of the hole, and that's one of the things that I teach in my classes, exactly how to work your way when you are in that red zone, when you do dig that hole. What is the best strategy to use to get out of it? All right, that's a big part of it. But to get back, it's really everything all comes down to mental. Okay, are you the trader that's skeptical? All right, have you been burned so many times it's hard for you to believe in anything? Okay, if that's in the back of your mind, then you might as well not trade anymore, because you're never going to be successful, because you're always going to have that doubt. And as soon as you have a loss, you're going to give up. You're not going to believe in the strategy or the method that you're using, and you're going to give up. All right. So that is the reality of this game. Everything is percentages. Okay. So I just want to talk about that because I've been seeing more and more of that, and I watch my students, and the students that have a hard time. They trade one or two. They're not in here all the time. They come in maybe once or twice a week, maybe even that, and they don't understand why they can't be successful. Okay, then I have those that are just, working on going full time now with this, because they put in the time. They believe in what they're doing. They see these patterns work. They're here every single day, and those are the people that are successful. So if you want to be successful at this game, you got to put time into it. If you don't have the time, if you have another job and you just can't do it, then it's probably not the career for you. All right. We want to make this a career, right? We want to do this full time. All right. Now, there may be some people that want to do it part time, but it's very, very difficult to do this part time, because you still have to understand the market. All right. You still have to put in screen time, even to do it part time, because you have to understand how markets move. You have to understand the action. You have to understand the instrument that you're trading, like the Aussie US. How is it different from the Euro US? Or how is the Aussie US different from the US yen? They all have their own unique little personalities. Okay. And those types of things. So once again, attitude is going to be everything. Put in the time. Come in with that winning attitude, knowing that you're going to be successful, and don't give up. And I promise you, you will start to see better results in your trading. You're going to start seeing more consistent winning days than you are losing days. But it all gets down to you, all right? It gets down to you on a personal basis to come in with that winning attitude and put in the time to study, all right? So that being said, let's look at my stats for the week. First trade of the day. Once again, this is my very first trade. So I look at these four different pairs here, whichever one has the first setup. Disregarding, once again, the other filters that you can use. I'm just looking at the very first naked setup that comes along the way, and I still hit it 80% in the morning, 60% at night. That means out of the 5 nights that I had, I was wrong 2 of them. Okay, but that's just the way it goes. So overall, still, if you look at that average of winning trades between morning and night, you're still at 70%. Okay, so still way above what you would expect, and those probabilities hold up. Okay, so but the thing here is not to make that into a quote strategy where you're only taking one trade a day. The idea is to show that you can come into this with these patterns, and you do have a pretty high probability that that first trade that you make is going to be a winning trade. That's all we're trying to show here. All right. So if we look at the Aussie US and we look at the euro, look at the pound, yen, it's pretty much what I would expect. We're a little weak on the euro US, which is kind of interesting. Because I'm starting to focus a little bit more on the Euro US, where I was focusing more on the Aussie US and the yen. So, but I'm going to continue to focus on the US yen and the Euro US, because I know how this acts, and we're starting to see much stronger numbers coming in on the Euro US, because when we have a weak day like this, we typically start to pick up and we start to see these percentages go up. So my focus coming into this new week, which is going to be a short week, it's only about 3.5 days worth. right before Christmas, I'm going to be focused on the US yen and the Euro US. And by the way, this is a really good week to trade. So don't think because we're going into the holidays, you're not going to have a good week. There's going to be some pretty high volatility coming in this week. I'm thinking it's probably going to either be Tuesday or Wednesday, but we'll see. But either way, I'm definitely going to be trading it. As I say, when I expect that higher volatility, I tend to get a little bit more aggressive in my trading. All right, but my focus, US yen and the Euro US. All right, so let's take a look at my trades for the week. All right, so here we are once again. I had one losing day during the week. It was on Friday. All right, Friday's been really good. So it's not Friday. Friday actually was a pretty good day for trade. It's just that I did get a little bit aggressive on a few trades. And just like I mentioned earlier, sometimes you're going to have losses. Just because you get aggressive doesn't mean you're always going to be aggressive at the right time. Sometimes you do get hit, and I got hit. But overall, not a bad day, losing day when I can look at the numbers. But once again, I've mentioned this before, Sundays and Thursdays, two best trading days of the week to be trading binaries, and you can see that in my numbers here. Sunday was a very good night. Thursday, obviously, was a very good night. Also, Thursdays is one night we really concentrate on doing some CB trading. All right, but nonetheless, overall, not a bad week. I mean, with the numbers, yeah, I'm down normally what I would be, but I'm okay with that. All right, I'm gonna have weeks when it's gonna be 2-3 times that. Sometimes I'm gonna have weaker weeks. It's just that's part of the game, folks. So it is what it is. So this week, I'm expecting things to pick up. We'll see as we go into this new week. Once again, if you have any questions, you can always go to my website, binaryprostrategies.com. Shoot me your questions. Always be glad to answer those for you. Also, remember, I do have that special. 5 days left on that special. If you want to have that 30% off, this is your opportunity to get it now before rates go up in 2022. And with that, I hope everybody have a great trading week. Wish everybody to have a great holiday. Merry Christmas to those. And also, I just want to say, for this week, we will be shutting things down on Thursday. I think Nadex is only open till midday. So we're only going to have stats here for the first 4 days of the week. All right. So we're having Sunday. And, of course, we'll have stats up until Thursday morning. Won't have any stats for Thursday afternoon or Friday because of the Christmas holiday. All right, everybody have an enjoyable week. Stay safe, and we'll see you at the next weekly update. Take care.